Yeah, and I got a really nice elven dagger too.
Yeah, for prizes.
Yeah, for
So we try to make the kit better by.
So other expenses, that's one, of course. Banking fees, liquor license, if you have liquor at your event, printing expenses, storage fees, damage deposits, gas expenses, marketing expenses. There's lots of expenses.
I noticed one glaring absence, just because this is
Sure.
what we always did some fall events. There
Yeah.
was always, and the biggest single expense for everything was
The feast.
the feast. The first one that we did, I sent my mother to Costco with $1,200. She had a great time.
Wow.
Getting all that food,
We've
bringing it
been
up.
lucky with the feast. We've had players volunteer to do it.
Keep
So we were really lucky.
They're kind of a potluck mentality. They bring it all in and then we sort of present it as over.
Our tradition was always to prepare one, or to have some volunteer assigned that particular area of responsibility.
Nice.
It was always part of the budget.
Well, I think for the weekends, we always had one feast, right?
yeah, Dylan.
Right, that way, even if, because you always get the bad players that didn't bring any food, so you know that they'll eat at least once.
Yeah.
Right? So we always made sure Saturday
Not
night
just
was
Red
our
Bull.
prepared feast and
Yeah.
everything else was served.
They bring a case of Red Bull and a box of energy bars, and you're like, stop yourself. No.
But yeah,
But they're
the
great for
number
18
one
hours.
is definitely time. A successful work requires a large
It's easier
amount of
to
your
kill
time.
it.
You will not be able to write plot, make costumes, create props, and manage all logistics and finances the night before an event. You will need help, and running a LARP is a big commitment. And this is a big thing if you have family, if you have children or spouses. It's definitely something you really have to consider. Volunteers. To run a LARP, you will need volunteers. Volunteers to help build costumes and props, volunteers to play NPCs, and volunteers to help with special effects and transporting props and people to and from the game. Some LARPs have difficulty finding volunteers. If you take steps to create a LARP community, you should not have difficulty finding the help that you need. Some LARPs offer in-game benefits in exchange for volunteering. I have always charged my NPCs at a reduced rate, if not free, to attend events. That last comment, it can be difficult if you're renting a site that charges per head. Personally, we've never charged our NPCs. And I've never actually personally had any trouble finding NPCs.
You can sometimes sort of reduce your core staffing requirements through creative and careful writing and planning of things. Because if you can, whenever you can get a situation engineered such that you've got two players interacting, they're entertaining each other and you don't have to have an actor out there.
Absolutely.
So it's tricky to try and set that up, and you do want to have enough people out there to really advance the plot. But as much as possible, if you've got a choice between, oh, we've got to have somebody out there to spill this clue,
Right,
why don't you just give that clue to one player
for sure.
ahead of time, say, oh, you find this.
It
And
can
then,
be hard sending NPCs
well,
out,
no,
there's a time
I've had times
problem
that-
there, getting them dressed and everything, yeah.
This is one piece of information you know, and they walk in and they say it totally wrong.
Or they hide it. I'm not telling anyone.
People are bad
Do it
hoarders of
intelligently.
stuff. They're like, no, it's
Oh,
mine.
that game where you guys put how to kill all the ghosts. Buddy hid it for the whole game.
I was also gonna add one thing
And
about
then
volunteers. I
didn't
ran
we
a
used to have
hunter's
it
board
at the
based off
Halloween?
Supernatural.
We had it at the Halloween, and she didn't
What I
tell
told
me.
everyone
Like
is
about
we'll
what
be
their
playing and as
weaknesses were and stuff.
so everyone got into little hunter groups. And it was basically when it was your hunter's group to go hunt, everyone else would have to, well, I tried to run 3 hunts at a
Right.
time. And everyone else, if you're not in a hunt, you're acting for me. And that was the agreement that everyone had. And people freaking loved it. I
Yeah.
had a couple scenes where they were supposed to be in a nightclub. It was like the Blade scene with all these vampires. And they were enjoying these nobody
People
rolls
love
that I didn't give them any
NPC. Yeah,
guidance
for
on.
sure.
I'm like, this is weird. This is for the hunters, guys.
That'd be awesome, like with a zombie LARP for sure,
Yeah.
you know?
A lot of Gamus LARPs, that's in their rule set. Like when you come to play, you have to 2 hours every game. You have to NPC for it. Some of them are written right into it. Not we haven't done it that way because we pick people that we thought could play a role and say, are you doing anything? Good, come with us.
And honestly, some people, that's what they love more than playing even, is to get NPCs.
On the same notion on that, what we've done for our own is we've run our main event on Friday, and then later in the month, we're gonna do what's called mini events, where it's a totally opt-in player run thing. It's basically like in Theater Larks, when you have combat, it breaks down.